guys doing good? Yeah! Nope, you're doing well. After that start. I don't know what I expected though. It seems like there's a lot of UN people here. I tell that joke in Gainesville and it just doesn't work. So. Hey, I'm Ben Zieper. I'm 17 years old. I'm Jewish. 3 Jews in the church, seems fair. I go to a Jewish day school, which is very different than a public school. Because, you know, at a public school, if you do something good, they reward you with like a sticker or something. But at a Jewish day school, it's very frowned upon giving out gold stars. We're very unathletic at the Jewish day school. That stereotype holds true. We had a 5K fun run recently that a lot of people signed up for, not because they were excited to run, but because they thought the 5K was the cash prize in the end. So before I get started with the rest of my jokes, I just want to warn you all, it's going to get a little offensive, but just keep in mind it's all in the good name of comedy, you know? I don't like when people attack me after the show. In fact, after my most recent show, someone found my grandma and went up to her and said, "How could you let your grandson say such horrible, disgusting things?" And my grandma didn't even answer, because tombstones can't talk. My grandma is actually lying very close. She's very excited because medical marijuana's got legalized. Everything hurts, so she's excited for that. Can you guys hear me? No! No? What about you? No. It's kind of part of my mind.
Maybe the other
The software developers.
So anyone know any good jokes?
So I'm going to do it without the mic for a few seconds. As I said, my grandma is very excited because medical marijuana's got legalized and her everything hurts right now. She actually was talking to me recently and said, "Ben, have you ever done drugs?" I said, "No, Grandma, I'm not about that thug life." And she went, "Really? You're 17 years old? You never smoked weed?" And I went, "No." And she went, "Do you want to buy some?" This is actually pretty exciting. Tonight my dad is 50. It's his birthday. Or at least it would have been. Had he been born a year earlier. He's 49 tonight. I just finished applying to college too, which is exciting. I'm not scared about getting rejected though, because every girl in my high school has prepared me for that. You know, I feel like colleges are kind of like girls, because if my dad got into one, I should be able to too. With more people in them usually cost less. I'm conflicted about college though, because there are like some things that seem really cool and some things that seem very scary. Like, you know, you see in the news all the time, teachers are hooking up with their students. I've personally never had that type of experience, but I hear in college they have a whole office dedicated to student affairs. I'm nervous about losing my virginity in college because I'm not a virgin by choice, I'm a virgin by popular demand. I'm just worried that hooking up with me is going to be like using one of those hand sensor faucets, because I'm going to stop right before you're about to finish. I don't know what I'm going to major in college though, because like there's so many interesting things. There's oceanography, geology. I'm thinking about majoring in pornography though, because I hear that all the online classes that I took in high school can transfer over. I have a lot of trouble meeting girls, because I can't just Google where to meet 17-year-old girls. I get put on a list for that kind of thing. And as you guys know, Jews and lists don't go together. I was at a party recently and a friend of mine went up to a girl and he said, "Hey, how about you and I?" And she went home with him. And that's crazy, but I figured, you know, maybe if it worked for him, it could work for me. So I went up to a different girl and said, "Hey, how about you and I?" And she went, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I have a Tempur-Pedic bed, so." even know who put water in there. I think part of the problem though is that my dad sent me to magic camp for 17 years. You know, I've been going since I was a baby. Yeah, my virginity is the one thing that's not disappearing. I think to fix his mistake, my dad got me guitar lessons, because apparently girls like guys that can play guitar.
We do.
You do? Well, where were you when I was... And I asked my guitar teacher if, that was true, and he said, yeah, because girls are like guitars, because, you can never play guitar wrong, like you can never mess with a girl's heart, and you always have to admire the curves of a guitar like you admire the curves of a woman. But right now, I'm just having trouble with the fingering. You guys are laughing, but it's sad. ISIS gets more head than me. Yeah, if you don't laugh at that one, the terrorists win. That's how that I've been really fortunate to have grown up in South Florida. I'm really upset to leave for college, but it's something I gotta do. But I learned a lot while I was here, because there's so many different races and ethnicities and cultures just in one area, and it's so unique. Like, I learned a lot about Latino culture while I was here. I didn't realize what a common name Ben was amongst Hispanic families. Because whenever I go to babysit, when the parents are introducing their kids, they're always like, Ben. I guess he is a very common last name. I'm Jewish, like I said before. My older brother is actually an Orthodox Jew. He's studying to be a rabbi. And I noticed that he has this weird quirk. Whenever my brother sees another Jew in public, he has to say something to them. He'll say, Shalom. Oh. He'll say, maybe this is working now. Is this working? No? Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, it was? Can you guys hear me?
No.
No. So anyway, when my brother, Orthodox Jew, just to recap, whenever he sees another Jew in public, he says Shalom, which in Hebrew means hello. And I was thinking about that, like no other religion does that, where when they see someone of the same religion, they say something to them. Like Christians can't do it because there are only so many hours in a day. They can't go up to each other and go like, hey Jesus, hey Jesus, hey Jesus. Christians love coming up to me though and saying I'm gonna burn, but that's a totally separate thing. And Muslims, they can't go up to each other and say stuff in Arabic because they don't want to get kicked off the plane. I was thinking, why is it that Jews have to say something to each other to establish that they're both Jews? And I realized that my brother saying hello, like shalom, is not him actually saying hello. It's his way of saying, if stuff's about to go down, I got your back, don't worry. They're not getting both of us. I grew up in a weird family though. I have 2 sisters with cerebral palsy. Yeah, no, it's great though, because we like to laugh about it, we like to make jokes. Like my sister always says that, she was never on Facebook, she was more of a Tumblr. It's pretty great because, now whenever I need 2 special characters for my passwords on websites, I can just use their names. So maybe just avoid those jokes. I'm turning 18 next week. I'm very excited about that. So pedophiles, this is your last chance. After next week, it just becomes normal sex, and I'm not into that. I was thinking that, before I turn 18, I gotta do something crazy. Because after that, I'm liable. So I was thinking, maybe I'll go rob a bank naked. Let's see them use that video in court. That's how you get that. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I've grown up Jewish my entire life, and I think that's part of the reason why I have trouble meeting girls, because my dad really wants me to meet a nice Jewish girl. And it's kind of sad that my circumcision was the most action that I ever got. And even then I came up short. Thank you guys so much.